everybody, I'm back. I'm going to put together this cornbread dressing. First time I've made this, we usually make the other kind. I've already been tearing the cornbread up, but I want y'all to see how pretty that come out in the iron skillet. Isn't it beautiful? Love it. Let's finish doing this. All you do is take it and crumble it. I mean, it's really just like regular dressing, but using cornbread. And I'm going to use some bread in it too. So I will be using some bread. I'm working from a different view today, so I'll be close to the sink. So this you have to do with your hands. I've washed my hands. Always wash your hands. Y'all know that. Like I didn't need to tell you, right? Alrighty. Now, I always put celery and onion in my dressing. I hope this bowl's big enough. This is going to be a lot more than what I wanted to make because I just wanted to try it, but that iron skillet I have, it's huge. Let me rinse my hands off. It's huge, so now this calls for eggs, but I'm not going to put the eggs in until I taste it because I want to make sure I got enough sage and all that in it, okay? Wait just a second. Get me some bread. Get like 3 pieces of bread. This was Martha White cornbread. So, I hope this is good because I had to eat a piece of that cornbread. I put some butter on it when it came out of the oven, and oh my goodness. You know how sometimes cornbread tastes, my husband said it tastes gritty like sand or something. This was so fluffy. It did not have, it was just wonderful. And that was Martha White I used. So that was pretty good. That was 3 pieces of bread. You can add more. I'll see as I go along if I need any more. Okay. Let's add some onion. I love onions. You gotta do onions. My husband's not real fond of onions and celery, but he will eat it and stuff like this if it's cooked. So, of course, this is going to be cooked. Now, I will take, y'all see those little leaves and stuff? I chop those up, and I put that in my dressing, and I just think it's good. I put it in my potato soup, too. We're going to add all that celery because that makes it good, and it smells so good. And we might as well finish that little bit of onion. It'll be all right. It'll be all good and cooked. 1 can. I'm going to use 1 can of chicken, cream of chicken. So, some put a can of celery. I'm not going to add a can of celery because I put a lot of celery in it. I don't feel like I need that. Okay, another thing I do is I'm using chicken broth. Of course, a lot of people do, but I heat mine a little bit. Oh, let me put my sage first. Watch how much salt you put in here because you may not need a whole lot of salt. Let's put some sage. And I just got ground sage. I don't measure, I just sprinkle it and I'll taste and see how much more I need, okay? You don't want to get too much sage. It won't be good, I don't think. Get it too green, too sagey. Add some pepper. Gosh, it smells so good. We're going to eat this with dinner, huh? So, I said we'll try it and see if we like it for Thanksgiving. So I put just a little bit of salt. Like I said, I'm going to do the eggs last. Let me pour some broth. You don't have to heat your broth, especially if you're going to freeze this, then don't heat your broth. But I've always done this with my regular dressing. I heat my broth. And I like my dressing moist. I don't like it dry. Now the other, if I got to heat, I won't heat the rest. I'll just pour it in there. But let me melt my butter. I forgot. I'm doing half a stick of melted butter in it, so that'll be tasty. And I'm gonna need more broth because it's too dry for my liking. My goodness, that smells good. Y'all see it? Wow, looks good. But gotta have more broth. Way too dry. Forgot to get my butter out. So it's half a stick of butter, y'all. Pour that in there. I'm just finding my broth. It don't take long to melt butter. Went off and forgot it. Get my cans open here. Thought I bought the pop-up, but I didn't. So these I'm not going to heat. I'm just going to put them in here. And it's just chicken broth. And I put that half stick of melted butter in there too. Okay. Oh, it smells good. But it does take a lot of broth. Just remember that, because that breading soaks up a lot. Where that broth was hot, that I already did, it smells so good. Now see, this is going to get about like where I like it. Probably add a couple more pieces of bread. And it smells good. And since this was such a big, it was a lot more than what I was going to make, but that cast iron skillet's pretty big. I would probably add another can of cream of chicken. Okay, just to give it that good taste. I want to put a little bit more sage, y'all. Let me get a cream of chicken. Let's add one more can. Let's just go ahead and add one more can. It's not going to hurt anything. It's either going to be good or it isn't any good, right? Like I said, we always made the other kind with the stuffing and bread. I don't remember ever eating cornbread dressing. My mom and them may have made it over the years and I didn't know it, but I've never seen her make cornbread dressing, so this will be a first. Like I said, we've always done it the other way, which is good, and even if I do like this, I will probably do a small pan of the other way too. This smells so good. And it looks good. Y'all see that? I dump it over almost, right? Do small pepper. I got me a new stand so I can get in more of my videos. It's 5 foot tall. Got it the other day. Been looking for one and got very lucky. Trying to remember where we bought it. Now I don't remember. It was at the mall, but I don't remember where. Now, I'm going to get a spoon and taste it and see what I think. You always want to taste it. That's good. Wow. I like that. Let's add a couple pieces of bread. It's really good, y'all. Being my first time ever making it and trying it, I like it. I may not make the other. for Thanksgiving. Just do this. This is a lot. I'll have to do a drive-by and drop some off to my mom. This COVID stuff's really a pain, isn't it? Hang on, let me get something else. Okay. I am going to add some more sage though. I felt like it needed some more. See, I don't really have measurements. I just go by taste and just keep sprinkling a little bit. Just try it out and see if you like it. I'd ask my mom if she's ever made this because I've never seen her make it. If she has, I haven't seen it. But like I said, this is so much. Now you can make this ahead, any dressings, and freeze it. Just don't put your eggs in it. Put that in the day you make it. That's what they said. Don't put your eggs in if you freeze it until you make it. I don't know. Okay. Get some more pepper. A little bit more salt. And then I'll mix it up and I'll taste it again and see if I need more sage. Sage is important. That's what makes your dressing. Of course, everything else you put in it. I don't like mine real dry. I like it moist. See? More sage. See, you just don't know. You gotta taste. Tastes good. And you gotta watch your sage because as you make it and as it cooks, I think it comes out the taste a lot stronger. So if you don't like it real strong, just take a gamble and cut back and put her in the oven. One more spoon. Dirty a lot of spoons when we cook, don't we? Yes, we do. But gotta be clean. One thing I'm clean with is my food. I'm clean with everything though. I'm sure y'all are too. A little bit more sage and then I'm gonna be done with the sage, y'all. That's enough. That's enough. Not even gonna taste it. Let's pour. I beat 2 eggs. If you do a real large recipe, then double that. Do 4 eggs. But I beat 2 and pouring it in here. So you don't want to taste it if you put the raw egg in there. It's gonna be what it is, right? Looks good. Like I said, this was a big pan of dressing. I was trying for a small, but that didn't work. And you make a big old thing of cornbread. Of course, if I would have thought, I could have just cut that cornbread in half, couldn't I? Too late now. But that's alright. Like I said, if my mom hasn't tried it, I'll do a drive-by and set some on her porch for her and let her try it. Let me get a baking pan, and then we're ready. And I'm gonna spray my pan. Let me get some pan. I'll put some in here. If it don't fit, I'll get another pan. Like I said, drop off my mom's. I'm sure it'll be too big. I mean, too little. But if not, we'll see. How much you got here, y'all? I'll say I'll do another pan, and I'll have to give that to my mother. They would enjoy that, I'm sure. There we go, guys. That's it. I'm gonna bake it at 350. There we go. Bake it 350. Just keep checking it, probably like an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, just till it gets done, and you'll be able to tell when it's done. So my oven's ready. I'll come back when it's done and let y'all see what it looks like. See you shortly.